go over the demo interview 1. So when you begin your demo interview 1, well, your teacher or hiring person will appear down here in one of the student slots. Once they appear, they're going to ask you to do a network test. But how do you do a network test? What you would do is you would go over to the settings over here. You would make sure you're in the network tab and you would click start test. You wait for everything to finish. Once the test has been finished, you would go ahead and you would send that log over to your trainer. If they don't receive it that way, they might also ask for a picture. You would take a picture with your phone and send it over the teacher app. Now, what they're looking for here is they want to make sure that these numbers here are less than 80 if you're using an API server. If you're using a Janus server, you would want these to be less than 300. Now, let's say you have an issue with your audio and video. What they're going to ask you to do is they're going to ask you, like, let's say they can't really hear you. They're going to ask you to go to your audio. They're going to ask to make sure that you have the built-in microphone and built-in output. Like, that is what my headset is appearing as. Your headset might appear as Logitech or whatever brand it is. Now, you don't need to have a headset for this interview. I'm just using mine so that the sound comes out good during the screen recording. So, what they like is they like it when your microphone is completely at 100%. So make sure you have it that way for the interview. If you get hired, you can adjust it how you like. I normally put mine lower so that it doesn't cause an echo with the students. You also have the output, which you can say like how loud you want to be able to hear the students and how softly you want them. So you go to your video, you make sure that your camera is selected. I have a built-in camera. If your image is blurry, they'll ask you to send a picture of this, send it over the teacher app, and you'll be done with this section here. So you can get on with the official interview. So one of the first things that your teacher is going to ask you is they're going to be like, okay, well, not your teacher, your interviewer is going to ask you is they're going to ask you, let's say you have a student with no sound and no video. How would you handle that? And you'd be like, oh, I know the answer. You'd go down and you would explain everything as you do it. You'd say you'd go over to the student, you would click on their student menu, and then click on the little alarm in the corner, the notifications, and you would either put no sound, no video, no sound or video, depending on what the student has. That way that a little robot will appear and tell them in Mandarin what's going on so that the parents can hopefully fix it. If that doesn't work, you don't see a parent coming, the student's just by themselves, you also have the option to message CCT down here in the corner. But we'll get back to that later. So you say that and the teacher's like, oh my god, that's great. Okay, so what do you do if your students have an echo? You'd say, well, what I would do is I would go one by one, putting the students on individual speaking so that all the other students are muted, and listen to see if they have an echo. So Kobe here, he's fine. He has no echo. So you'd go over to Momo. Momo has an echo. It's just slight. It's not very severe. So you would just lower her volume a bit and listen to see if the echo's gone. Echo's gone? Great. You can move on to class. So, yeah, make sure you are clicking this button to individually mute them, not this button. This button is what signals the students to speak. If you're asking them a question, you'd be like, oh, just this student talk, so that they know this is the one that has to speak. But once you've done all of that and you finish this, make sure that you put the students back on being able to talk. Don't keep them on mute. An easy way to do that is you just click this button up here in the corner, all mics on. Okay, so all the mics are on and you realize there is still an echo. So you would go and you check girl. Girl is good. Now Bill is the one that's causing a problem. He has a very severe echo. What do you do during a severe echo? You would lower the volume. Keep lowering it, keep lowering it, keep lowering to see if the echo goes away. If it doesn't go away, what you would have to do is put that student on mute for the rest of the class. If you put that student on mute, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to message CCT. Bill has a severe echo. I had to mute him. And he would send that to the staff, and then you've alerted CCT so that they can hopefully get in contact with the parents and fix the issue. So you're going to put all the students back on, make sure that Bill stays on mute, and they're going to say, great, you know how to handle any technical issues that might appear during class. Now, can you bring a student onto the stage? You bring the student onto the stage by clicking this plus sign here and selecting one of the students. You can make the screen larger or smaller by clicking this button right here, these arrows, and they're going to say, great, you brought me on stage. Now, let's say the student wants a mask. How do you give them a mask? What you would do is you would click the star in the corner here and you'd give them whatever mask they want. What mask do you want? Oh, I want Pikachu. Okay, great. Here's Pikachu. This has face recognition, so the mask will actually move on to the student. It's not going to happen during this lesson because they have little drawings here instead. But let's say you want to take the mask off. How do you take the mask off? You'd click this star here with the dash through it and it gets rid of it. Great, you know how to do that. Now, let's say you want to bring a different student onto the stage. How do you do that? Same thing. You just click the plus sign, click the next student. Let's say you want to take them off the stage. You can take them off the stage by clicking the power button. Okay, so we've gone through how to bring students on stage, how to give them masks. Now let's say they ask for a sticker. How do you give them a sticker? Well, the stickers is up here in the up right corner here. In the upper right corner, on the first page, you have stickers that don't move. Super cute. You can make them bigger, smaller, you could rotate them, or you could just get rid of them completely. You also have the animated stickers on the second page. Make sure you know the difference, and you can put whatever sticker your trainer asks for. They're going to be like, great, you know how to do stickers, you know how to fix technical issues. Let's go over the tools of the classroom. Can you use your highlighter? Now, your highlighter is not a button. It's going to be on your mouse pad or your mouse. What you do is you double click so your highlighter appears, and then you move it around, and that's how you use it. What's that is going to look like on a mouse is you're going to be clicking these two buttons the whole time and also moving the mouse around. They're also going to ask you, okay, how to use your marker. Your marker is over here. You select what color you want to use, and you just draw whatever you want. Now, this is nice compared to the highlighter because it will stay for as long as you want it to. It won't disappear. That way they have something physical to look at. You could draw multiple things. So there's a picture of a cat, and I'm writing cat. There we go. Cool. Let's say you make a mistake and you want to delete something, you can undo, or you could just erase the whole picture completely. Now, if you keep this marker tab open, nothing that you click on is going to work. So if you see that after you use the marker, you can't control the screen anymore, make sure that you've gone over and you've actually closed the marker app so you can be able to access things again, like use the highlighter or click these buttons and things. So good, that's how you use the marker. You also have the spotlight. The spotlight can put a spotlight, obviously put a spotlight on anything you want. It will stay like this until you close it. You could undo whatever you want, or just close it completely. You'll know the spotlight is off once the light has returned to the classroom. You also have the text board to write whatever you want. You can use this during class. You can make the text bigger. You can make it smaller. You could use multiple texts at the same time. You can move it around on the stage, and that's how you use the text board. Now, the person might ask you, okay, how do you award diamonds? Well, you award diamonds by using this diamond button up in the corner that says award all. And that way you can give every student in class a diamond. But let's say the student, only one deserves a diamond, or only one spoke, so you only want to give a diamond to one. What you would do is you would go down to these little menu here, and you would click diamond, and they get a diamond. Something else that I forgot to note. They didn't ask me this during my demo interview, but it's good to know because every hiring person is different. They might ask you different questions. Now, let's say you are having an issue with a student, like on video, they are doing like profane things or some weird things are happening. You would just click this little button here that shows mosaic, hide mosaic, and that can get rid of the video or put it on the video. Now, keep in mind that this will not work on stage. So do not bring the student on stage if they're doing anything weird. But yeah, that's how you use all this. This evaluation button we'll go over at the end. So once you've passed this technical literacy part of the exam, well, interview, they're going to ask you to move on to the games to make sure you know how to use the games. Now, during these games, you're going to want to use a lot of physical clues, a lot of TPR. You're going to want to be very animated, very encouraging, saying good job every time they do something well. You want to give lots of diamonds throughout this whole thing. You want to give at least 60 diamonds per class. You can give more, but 60 is the requirement that they want you to meet. And your interviewer is going to act as a child at some points. They're going to do things that are going to throw like curved balls your way. Like they'll pronounce words wrong. They'll pretend they don't know what you're saying to see if you can adapt and you can find a way to teach this child. So let's say you're saying, what's missing? What's missing? They'll be like, teacher, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. So find a different way to say it. Be like, what's this? And you'll like highlight so that they know what you're talking about. Yes. And they will also want you to correct them. So let's say the word that you're learning is window and they say window. You'd be like window and you correct them. They're checking to see that you will correct the students as well. But let's move on to the games. So in this game, what they're doing is they're learning the words or reinforcing the words. You would go card by card saying what it is. Be house. House. Great. Roof. Roof, good job, diamonds for you. Window, yes, window, good job. It is a window. Good job. What's this? Door. Good job. So you want to be very encouraging. You want to go through. You want to make things fun for them. So, or give them like physical cues so that they know what things are. So you could be like, window, like you're looking at the window. Or you could be like, roof. Or you could, like what I did earlier with the door, knock. Just use TPR, do things to make the class fun and exciting. They want to make sure that you're making the class fun for the kids. So try to make up different things, different ways for them to learn so it's more entertaining for them. During this, the iPath vocabulary, you're going to go through and you'll be like, what's this? And then if they're not getting this, you can click the reference and like circle it with your highlight wand so that they know what the answer is. If they're still not getting it, bathroom. Good job. What's this? Kitchen. Good. Yep. Okay, but you want to give the students time to talk. So you'll be like, what's this? Living room. Good! Living room. Good! It is a living room. Good job! Diamonds for you! And then they might cut you off because they don't want to go through all of the flashcards. So, that's how you do this. Then you'd go to mix cards, practice vocabulary. So you would go through and you'd be like, here, let's use the spotlight this time. What's this? They'd say, door. Good. What's this? Roof. Good. What's this? Window. Good. And you want to make it fun for the kids. So you'd be like, door. Roof. Window. Or another thing that they'll do is they'll be like, have the students copy you. Be like, door, roof, window. Door, roof, window. So that they repeat you and they are learning. And once they have this, you would be like, help, teacher, mix, mix, mix. Ready? Good. Hide. Mix, 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 mix. Big face. What's missing? What's this? And then they'd be like, roof. Good job. Diamonds for you. 2 diamonds. Good. Okay, so you would move on. Multiple choice. Now this is a listening game. So you're going to say the word. You're going to click on the one that you want them to click. And then once you've said the word, hopefully they will also say it. So you'd be like, door. They'll say door. Door. Good. And then once they've answered, there will be a check mark down here in green, or the actual word will be here to let you know that they have answered. If everyone has answered except for one student, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click hint so that they have a hint on like what they should be clicking. Once everyone's answered, you click check the results. And if they have it right, then they all get a diamond. Yay. And let's say you want to do a new round. You would click new round and click the next option and be like house. House. Wait for everyone to click. I like to make the students repeat the word just so they're getting more speaking opportunities. So I'd be like, house. Can you say house? Good. Check for the results. And that's how you do this slide. So you would go on to the next one. This is sentence maker. Here you're going to ask the students who wants to go first. Who's first? Who's first? All the hands are raised. So you click select student. I see Momo. Momo. Click, click. Click, click. If they're not getting it, they're not clicking, you have the option as the teacher to click play machine yourself. Now here you want them to form a sentence. If you have a student that's, they're just floundering, they don't know what to do, use your highlight wand, use your spotlight, circle the words. It's. Good. It's a roof. Good job. Diamond for you. And then you would select your next student. It puts all the other students on mute, and you would go through this slide. Then you have lucky card. Who's first? Who's first? I see girl. Click, click. And they click on the card. If they don't click it, again, you have the option to click it for them yourself, but you want them to be able to do it. So you would circle this. If they're not getting it, what's this? Good. What is it? It's a door. Yay. Good. It's a door. You give them diamonds. You would go through each student, try to get them to answer, be like, what is this? What is this? Yeah, you move on to the next slide. Now, the animation slides are so important to them. They want to make sure that you are doing these properly. So you're going to go to the first slide and you would click. It's their turn to talk. What's this? You can also signal them to talk by pressing this microphone. They say it. Now they want you to do each twice. So you would do this again. And then give them the signal to talk. Good. Now the more important phrase. Stop that. All right, good. So the more important phrase is the one that's on the right. This is the one that you really want to hammer into the kids, and the trainer will ask you that. They might ask you, what's the importance of the microphone? The microphone tells you which statement is on the right. Anything on the right of that microphone is the one that you want the student to learn, and it also serves the purpose of signaling when the student should speak. So again, you would be like, good. If they say something wrong, it's a diamond door. Good. Diamonds for everyone. And you would go through each slide. Yeah, so this is super important. Again, make sure that they are saying the right one. Yeah, that's pretty much how to do the animation slides. If they make any mistakes, make sure you are correcting them, because again, they want to see that you are able to correct the students. I think I said that earlier, but I just wanted to make sure whatever notes that they say, make sure that you are applying them, because they want to make sure that you are adaptable, and they want to make sure that you will be able to handle actual students in a classroom. So finally, this is the last slide. Again, this is a listening game. Let's put everyone back on. So you would click on the thing and you would say roof, roof, click, 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 and once all the check marks has appeared at the bottom here, you would click your next thing, window, and you would go through and you would do each one. So when you're done with that, you can go to your quiz focus sentences and you would go one by one and you would ask them, what's this? And they would say, it's a window. It's a window. And that's how you do the speaking test. If they make a mistake, again, make sure you correct them. If they say, it window, go, it's a window. Good. And then finally, once everyone's finished, you would do your student check, and it'll tell you what they did right, what they did wrong. You're going to want to go over anything that they did wrong. I don't think your trainer is going to make you do that here, but if you do, just use your hand signals from before. So, door, window, roof. Good. So like that. Finally, the end section, the wrap-up section. Here, what they want to see is they want to see that you have a fun, positive energy. In this slide, you are taking the time to reward the students for what they did right. So be super hyped. Be like, yay, good job, good job. Kobe, what sticker do you want? I want Momo. Momo? Here's Momo. Good job, Kobe. High five. High five. You bring up the next kid. You would go and you would do the same thing. I want a butterfly. It's a butterfly. Look how big. Big. Good job. Good job. Yeah. An important thing to note in this section, never say how many diamonds the students have. Everyone is the same. Everyone has the same amount of diamonds. Try to keep this difference to a difference of like 4 to 5 diamonds. No more than that. You don't want the kids to feel bad. You don't want the kids to feel like they're not doing well enough. Yeah, so at this end section here, your hiring person, they will say like their general impressions, what you need to improve on, what you did well. They'll tell you here whether or not you're moving on to demo interview 2. If they don't, then they will tell you within like maybe like 1 to 2 days if you pass or not. And that's how you would do that. Then you would say bye to your interviewer and you would click this and leave class and done.